What's up, everybody? Bandit back with you again with a little different video than what I have been doing lately. Honestly and truthfully, the last week has been one of the most emotional weeks of my life. And because of that, I haven't been able to write the script for the In Defense of Vanilla Ice episode. So, gonna hold off on that one. Gonna write the script this week and get that up next week. But what I figured I'd do in the meantime, I didn't want to leave you without a video this week. So what I decided to do was go back and look at last week's video, In Defense of S Club 7, and just give you a little history of what, because you look at someone like me, you look at some of the videos I've done in the past. I've reviewed albums by Godsmack and Disturbed and Ghost, and you'd look at that and you'd say to yourself, well, hey, wait a minute, Bandit. You review all these bands, these heavy metal bands, hard rock bands. You like the bands that I mentioned, Hailstorm, and just other bands like that. And you'd look and you'd say to yourself, I'd never imagine you liking a pop act like S Club 7. Normally, you'd be right. So just a little bit of history about me. I grew up in a very musical household. There was all sorts of different kind of music going on at some time. Some my parents didn't like, admittedly. My brother was a huge fan of King Diamond, and looking back on them now, it was so funny because I was watching when King Diamond came out. My brother had the album. My parents were like, "Do not play that in this household." And many, many years later, I watched an old King Diamond video, and it was the cheesiest thing that I've ever seen. It was great, don't get me wrong, but it was so cheesy. And it was like, you were worried over this? But I grew up with a lot of music in my house, like ranging from things like the Beatles, Elvis Presley, Alabama, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Metallica, Black Sabbath. Some of those were from my mom, like the Beatles, Janis Joplin. My dad, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash. My sister was just getting into the country of the 80s. My brother was a metalhead of the umpth degree, still is to this very day. So I grew up with a lot of music in my house. So I started forming my own opinions of what I like, what I didn't like. Of course, when I was, 7 years old, I was listening to Alvin and the Chipmunks at this point. But I was forming my own opinions of what I liked, what I didn't like. After we moved to Saskatoon in 1989, that's when I really started getting into country music. Yeah, again, another much maligned genre of music, which I absolutely love to this very, well, okay. Not all of it. Like, I do believe that after 1999, country music started going downhill big time. But when you're looking at like the 60s, you have like Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Elvis Presley had a couple country hits, and you get into the 70s and the 80s, and you have like Randy Travis, Alabama, Keith Whitley, the 90s, the rise of Garth Brooks, Travis Tritt. Leanne Rimes. Oh, I had a massive crush on her. You could ask any of my family and friends back at that time. I had an entire wall full of her pictures. Like, holy crap. So about 1998, in and around that point, I started slowly transitioning out of country music, and I started listening to more rock. Like, I'm listening to a lot of Kiss at this point. I'm listening to Def Leppard, Bon Jovi. This is about the time Godsmack started getting on the scene. I'm starting to dig them. I have said that they are my favorite band all time, rock, metal, and I got to see them last year, so how wicked is that? But around this time, 1999, Much Music here in Canada started airing these ads for a show that they're carrying called S Club 7 in Miami. I'm watching these ads and I'm like, this looks like the cheesiest crap I've ever seen, and the music sounds terrible. I would not be caught watching that. I would not be caught listening to that. And then I started seeing their videos pop up on Much Music, and I'm like, I don't know if this is any Well, I mean that brunette, she's kind of that blonde. That she's kind of hot too. That other brunette, she's kind of cute too. That other, the brunette, the blonde. I mean the blonde with the barbed wire tattoo. Okay, you have my interest. But for good-looking females, I'm a guy. What can I say? So one day I'm at home just flipping through the channels, looking for something to watch, looking for someone, flip it past Much Music. S Club 7 in Miami's on. I'm like, oh, this is the only thing that's on. So I start watching, and like, this is really cheesy. The special effects are bad. Like, so bad. And yet there was something engaging about it. I found myself chuckling at a few of the jokes. And then it was like next week rolled around, new episode was on. I ended up watching it. I think I watched the first special back to the 50s when that came on. And looking back on it, like when I first started thinking about it, when I was doing the research for the S Club 7 in defense of last week, it was like the way I remember it is really stupid. And I watched it again, and to a point, kind of, yeah, but it was still kind of entertaining. I still say the Boyfriends and Birthdays is probably the best one of the specials. Because so this is about the time when I'm really into S Club 7 at this point. I'm watching Boyfriends and Birthdays, and one of the major storylines running through the special is that Rachel Rachel Stevens has this dilemma going on. Does she stay with the band, or does she go back to London to be with her boyfriend, who is badgering her to come back home, quit the band? So she decides to stay with the band, has a phone call with her boyfriend, in which it ends with him saying, "You're not leaving the band, then I'm done. Goodbye forever." She's she's walking back. She has her arms like this and sniffling and crying. And she sits down. And they ask her, "What happened?" "Matt chucked me." "You son of a!" I literally yell at the TV, "You son of a!" So at this point, yes, as you can tell, I'm really massively into S Club 7 at this point. One day, walking through Walmart, I was looking through the CDs, just CDs, yeah, this is a long time ago before MP3s. Napster, I mean, what? So I'm looking through the CDs, and there is S Club 7's debut album, S Club. So at this point, I've not denied that I am now a fan of S Club 7. I'm like, oh, the S Club 7 CD. I bought it. I bought it. Went home, listened to it from beginning to end, from bring it all back to what was it? What's the final track on the album? Hope for the Future. That's it. Yeah. After about I think a week or maybe 2 weeks of listening to it, I know all the words by heart at this point to all the songs on the album. When I get into something, I get into it. So yeah, I did end up watching a majority of the series, of all four series actually. Don't know how much I watched of LA or Hollywood. I don't think I watched a lot of Viva S Club when they were in Barcelona. I think after Paul left the band, I was kind of tuning out at this point. I was getting more into rock. It's like Nickelback had just come out at this point. Three Doors Down was hitting it big. So I was kind of leaning out of that and more into the mainstream rock, I guess you could call it. And then 2003, we saw the collapse of the band. Well, I don't want to say collapse of the band, but they disbanded at this point. Uh, Never Had a Dream Come True was at this point. That's my absolute favorite song of theirs, without a question. I don't deny that one. So then we flash forward to 2010. By this point, I'm already deep into depression at this point. I'm in my apartment. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm making supper, making a meal of some sort. And I'm walking around the kitchen, S Club. Everybody get down. Oh my god. And I quickly take to Facebook to walk around my apartment singing S Club Party by S Club 7. Oh my God, somebody help me. And one of my best friends chimes in and goes, S Club, and gives lyrics to the chorus. And she's like, I never would have taken you for an S Club 7 fan. And here I am saying to myself and saying into this Facebook post, I'm trying to forget that I ever liked them. That's a big mistake, first and foremost, okay? Trying to dismiss something that you liked in the past, I think, is wrong, honestly and truthfully. If you like something, you like it. Like me, I've admitted, I am unashamedly, I am, I do not hide the fact that I am an S Club 7 fan. The reason why I love their music, and it took me like a long time to get to this, is because it is so energetic. It's fun. It's positive. They never, they never over sexualized the band. Like this is at this point you had Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears writhing around on stage, gyrating their hips, and everybody like, and me, I'm looking at Rachel Stevens, Joe O'Mara, Tina Barrett, and Hannah Spirit just being sweet little sweet girls who are not over sexualized, grinding their hips and crap like that. And I'd rather take any one of the four of them over Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears, to be honest and truthful with you. I say over sexualized, they did have like, I mentioned it in the In Defense Of, but the song Natural, I think, is one of their most, I think I described it as Rachel's sultry singing. Like, that is one of the most sexy, there's a difference between sexy and sexual. And I think that video and Don't Stop Moving are two of their sexiest videos. Whereas you take a look at a video like Dirty by Christina Aguilera or Stronger by Britney Spears, that's sexual. The closest I think they ever got was maybe the song Boy Like You off of Sunshine. Like, I watched a performance of that and oh my, oh, there's a reason why I had a crush on all four of them and still do to this very day. Like, I'm watching this performance and I want to be the guy in the chair. Like, forget those two. I want those four. Well, I don't want, but you know, those four. I'm letting this get away from me. So let's bring it all back. Huh? See what I did there? So let's bring it all back. And I know I'm taking a long time getting around to this, but this is why I am such a fan of S Club 7 to this day. Like, yes, they're a pop group. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I think the only one who plays an actual instrument is Paul. He can play the guitar. I've seen videos of him playing guitar during the S Club 7 reunion tour in 2015. That was such a beautiful moment when I watched. He's on the stage and he says to the fans, I want to dedicate this to my S Club 7 bandmates. He starts singing Reach acoustically, and the man's got a wonderful voice. Playing guitar. He reaches the end of the chorus the first time, and these 6 other members of the group come down and start singing with him. They kind of mess it up a little bit, but to me it is so perfect. He even says afterwards, well, of all the things that went off the rails, that one really went off the rails. I'm like, you know what, Paul, that's perfect. To me, it was such a beautiful moment, and because it was the last night of the tour, and I thought that was fantastic. But yeah, they're a pop group. All they do is sing, and they sing really, really well. Like, they are really talented singers. That's one of the things that I like about them. They're talented, they're fun, they're energetic, they have a positive message to a good majority of their songs. Like, you take a look at their first single, Bring It All Back. Don't stop, never give up, hold your head high and reach the top. Let the world see what you have got, bring it all back to you. Dream of falling in love, dream of falling in love. Anything you've been thinking of, when the world seems to get too much, bring it all back to you. Just a wonderful positive message in there. And you look at another song like Reach from 7. Reach for the stars, climb every mountain higher, reach for the stars, follow your heart's desire, reach for the stars, And when that rainbow is shining over you, that's when your dreams will all come true. And then Paul's break in the song. Don't believe in what you've been told. The sky's the limit. You can reach your goal. I'm running through the lyrics in my head right now. Uh, no one knows what the future holds. There's a whole world at your feet. And there ain't nothing you can be. There's a whole world at your feet. Reach. Just a wonderful, positive message. And I think, you look at their back catalog of songs, they have some actually really beautiful songs in their category, in their catalog, like Never Had a Dream Come True. Like, I know, I like Todd in the Shadows, and I respect his opinion of the song. If you haven't seen the video he did about it, One Hit Wonder. Like, yes, it was a one hit wonder in the States, but that's a whole nother debate for another time. But he said that the song lacked heart. I don't agree with that. I think it had the right amount of heart to it. It's just a beautiful song, beautiful melody, and wonderful lyrics to it. And I think the final song that they had out, Say Goodbye, was just the perfect cap to S Club 7. Beautiful song, beautiful lyrics, and it's just when, if you have been an S Club 7 fan in the past, it'll quite literally break your heart. Well, not literally, but I think we need a Grammar Slam. We're CM Punk for a Grammar Slam. So I have many more ideas of what I could do for videos about S Club 7, but I think I'll wait for another time to do that, because I have one that I really want to do, and that would be my little secret for now, but that video is coming very, very soon. I want to thank you guys for watching this video today. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share this video whenever you can. In the description below, you're going to find a link to my Redbubble store where you can pick up all your Irish Bandit merchandise, like t-shirts, stickers, coffee mugs, travel mugs, what have you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, tap that bell and you'll be notified whenever a new video goes live. And next week, we will be back to our regular scheduled programming with In Defense of Vanilla Ice. I'm going to get to that video. I'm going to get to that script very, very soon. I'm not going to I won't get into it. But thank you again, guys, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.